Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's once again Bradshaw
And Cory
for PNC Gaming, bringing you
Pikmin 2
on the GameCube. Pikmin, kind of an odd game, but Mr. Manor here will get us rolling. So, it's all you.
Alrighty. Now this, surprisingly, is my favorite game of all time. No, not a Mario game, but it's just that good. This was actually the first Pikmin game I owned, and then I got the original.
And I started off with the original, and I never played the other ones, so... Pocket tape?
Yeah, it's just going over what happened in the first Pikmin, and then Olimar's coming back home to find out that the company he works for is not doing so well financially. So they got to go back to the Pikmin planet, which is of course Earth, and they have to find all of these little bits of scrap and stuff that are human pieces of whatever, but they're worth, you know, hundreds of Pokos over on their planet because they think they're alien pieces of technology. It's just a really fun original game. Like, only Nintendo could come up with this concept, and it's just so fun.
Yes. And it just, if you're reading the subtitles, it's pretty much telling exactly what Cory was talking about. Kind of looks like the wasteland from Fallout. That one little bit.
Yeah, I always thought it'd be really cool if they make a Pikmin 4, like, have a few things on Hokotape. Give us, like, what his home planet looks like.
Olimar, I'm so glad you're safe. Yes, very glad, quite glad, but sadly I have an announcement that is not so glad. Our company is going under, yes, we're finished. On his first mission, Louis here met a ravenous space bunny. His entire load of golden pick brand carrots were eaten!
I love it when he does that.
I took out an enormous loan to repay the debt from this loss. I decided to sell off corporate assets to repay the loan.
Yeah, come to find out, the SS Dolphin isn't actually Olimar's ship, but the company's.
But the only asset we had to sell was your ship, the SS Dolphin. As for the rest of our loan, we have no means to repay it. Holomar, what is that?
You brought that back as a souvenir for your kid?
Hoi!
Treasure. Money.
Yeah, the ship is a pretty cool character in his own right.
Initializing valuation of recovered treasure. This artifact is worth 100 Pokos. This thing's worth 100 Pokos? That's more than a year's salary!
Hoi! What? There are more on that planet to repay our debts. Louis, you don't look alive. You must depart immediately with Captain Olimar.
Don't come back unless you're rich!
So, I think we need to take a few lessons from these guys about space travel.
And they're there. But lose their propeller. I don't know if that's going to really help you in space.
Oh, you'll find out that actually the top of the ship comes off and goes down with you into the sublevels.
Oh.
And then you bring the treasure to him.
Nice. The Valley of Repose. And we are back on planet Earth. With 2 captains this time instead of 1. And as far as I know, in the third one, I think there's 3 captains. That you told me?
Now, in my opinion, having 3 is just too much. It just gets too complicated. At least with this game, it gives you the freedom. You don't ever really have to switch and split up. You can stay together if you want to. There's a few situations where you do have to, But, I mean, if you want to just use one person, you can do that if you want. Now we'll be starting off, this will just be a simple little introduction, get used to the controls and whatnot, giving you some hints. And then there's
The stars
Pikmin
of
right
the show.
there. Now you can't lose any Pikmin and there's no time limit now, so you can take as much time and practice however much you want.
I know in the first one it gave you that time limit, which I didn't like at all. Because it felt like you were rushed the entire game. Master, you're back!
And apparently, in the short time it's been since Olimar left, almost all the Pikmin are almost dead again. So we have to help them propagate and teach them some fighting skills. These guys are called dwarf ballboards, and if you just manage to land it right on top of them, you can kill them in one shot.
Another probably should have carried it. Oh, never mind. So with this game, can you play 2-player at the same time? Like if you're like in the story?
Unfortunately, you can't. I mean, that would be so awesome.
What about the third one?
Yeah, I believe you can in the third one.
No, you're gonna need more than that.
Yeah. Let's see if you press start, you got your map here. Everything's pretty similar to the first one, so if you played the first one, you'll feel pretty much at home with this game. You know, the controls are just really refined, and they just made a bunch of good improvements to it, to where, like, small things like you throw Pikmin a lot faster, so it's just, the game's easier.
Yeah, it says you need 15.
Yeah. I am trying to remember how I did that to Louie here.
Why?
There we go. You ever just have those brain farts? It's
Yes, yes.
like, I played this game like 10 times and I don't know how to do a simple thing.
Well, I even told you. Said press Y. Because I wouldn't have ever known. But I was paying attention. For once in my life. Is there any like major differences between Olimar and Louis?
Not really. I mean, they'll control the same way. Their whistles have different sounds to them.
Yes, that's really about it then. Huh?
And like their little march is a little different. But other than that, same. They control the same way.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Can't you hit those down by yourself, right?
Yep. You can punch them.
Yes. I remember when I first played the first one. It was just so crazy, but it was enjoyable once you really got into it.
Yeah, see, people...
It give you that challenge that, I mean, sure, I'm on a time limit, but it also, it's like, this is something brand new that no one's ever done. It's almost like it's a smaller version of like a Command and Conquer kind of deal. Except you're trying to live.
Yeah, and like people think like, oh, it's a strategy game, it's gonna be boring, but I mean, this is a really fun game to play.
And Pikmin's really taken off. It's become a major thing in every Nintendo game. Like they make references in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
You can get helmets and stuff that are Pikmin helmets.
Well, Shigeru Miyamoto has really taken a liking to it lately, making the Pikmin shorts and everything.
I haven't seen those, but you were telling me about it.
There's a ton of merchandise in Japan and everything.
Yep.
It's just one of those series that it's starting to get popular again. It's just they have to make games for it.
Yeah.
Because if they don't make any more games for it, no, obviously it's not going to take off anymore.
And one thing I'm honestly surprised about, they haven't made a handheld game yet. They could do a lot of work. They could do a lot with the 3DS.
I mean, they don't even have to make a full-fledged, story base. I mean, they could do a spin-off or something.
Spin-off of the first or second one or third one, no matter something, yeah, just to put it on the system to try and get more people. So.
These are called pellet posies. These are... Now, Pikmin will bring things back to the Onion, like the Hocotate ship was just explaining.
So that way you'll be able to produce more.
Yeah.
Now, what's the limit? Is it 50? Or was there
how much you can have on the map? It's 100.
Okay. Yeah, because I know at one point I thought they stopped you from having so many at a time with you.
Yeah, and then if you go over that, the Pikmin will just keep adding up inside the Onion.
Yes. So that way, in case if any of them ever fall, you can just go back to them and take them out. Right.
And the bigger the enemy you defeat and bring back to the Onion, the more Pikmin it'll produce.
Yeah, that was one thing I always enjoyed about the first one, is when you finally took down some of the bigger enemies, all of a sudden you brought it back to the Onion and boom. There's red, blue, and yellow in the first, I think, or something like that.
Yep. Red Pikmin are the best fighters. They have the highest attack, and they're immune to fire. Yellow Pikmin can be thrown really high, and they're immune to electrical shock.
And blue ones can swim, right?
Yeah. And in the first one, they could carry bomb rocks. There's no bomb rocks in this game, and there's no rock barriers, which I really liked because it was just annoying because there were so many in the first.
Yeah, there was. It seemed like every place you wanted to go, you had to break down a barrier.
And
I mean, it's understandable, but
after a while, it's just, and the ones that needed like 6 bomb rocks, it's like, this is such a pain.
Very time consuming. There, so you're amassing a nice little army.
And to keep plucking them, you just keep tapping A, and Louie will automatically run and pluck them all. And L and R is your camera. If, like, let's say I'm turning here, I just keep pressing the L button to follow me. Press R to zoom in, hold it, and I can...
Oh, and I see that your total, you have 11 as to where Olimar has 5.
Yep.
Okay, well, I just figured it out, because if you look, folks, down by where Louie's head is, right next to it, it shows Pikmin, it shows 11 out of 16.
And then...
Hey, look, if you look, I just saw a Duracell battery.
Yep, right down there, that'll be our first treasure. Press and hold A, you can hold the Pikmin. And if, let's say, you have red, blue, all the different types of Pikmin, you just press left or right on the control pad and you can sift between which ones you want to throw.
Oh, very nice, instead of just throwing random ones.
Yeah, it's so useful if you got like this giant enemy and you want to use the big burly Pikmin, the purple ones.
Yeah.
And you want to hurry up and throw them.
Those are the new ones this game, right? The purple? Yeah, the new purple are
there's
new ones.
white and purple ones in this game.
If you see this, folks, Duracell. Product placement at its finest.
And there will be all kinds of different things. There's a container of sardines. There's a can of water chestnuts.
I know you told me there's a couple of Mario things.
Yeah, there's a little Mario paint tube.
Huh.
And then there's a Mario paint pastel. Yeah, it's the color that's on it is peach pink.
Wow.
And then we'll just hook back up with Olimar over here. To throw all these Pikmin on the bag. And if you see the number on the bottom is the number that we need, the amount of Pikmin needed to crush the bag. So there's 11 on there now, that's the top number. And then, as I completely forgot before, it's just Y to switch between leaders. And there we go. We're reunited with Louie. Now, apparently, in an interview, somewhere along the lines, Shigeru said that Pikmin takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. So there's no more humans around, but our junk is still here.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Fallout.
Yeah.
Just a much calmed down version of Fallout.
Or else there'd probably be a few humans going, what is going on down there?
Yeah, what are those little things?
And the same thing when Pikmin
And the
carry
more Pikmin you put on items, the faster they'll carry it, right?
Yeah, like if I add 3 more here, and if you throw them close enough to it, they'll just automatically run up to it. They'll know what to do.
Yep. They know where they're going.
Let's go look at our Valiant ship here. It's a little rusty. It's been a few places. If they made an amiibo of the Hocotate ship, my life is complete.
Yep. I would have to agree.
Like it having flames coming out flying with Olimar and Louie in it, that would be amazing.
Yes. I would actually have to agree. That would be... How many Pikmin do you need to carry that?
I believe it's 20.
Which you'll probably have right here.
Yeah. You definitely need to get all of them you can right here to be able to lift it.
Yeah. That'll be our first, use a real piece of treasure.
Now this is the only completely new map in the game. All the other ones are actually redone maps from the first Pikmin game. And this ship will tell you, well actually Olimar has a journal in this game that you can read, and he'll note that the area has changed significantly since he's been here. So if you were paying attention to the first game, you'll notice, hey, this is the level where you crash and landed. It's just really different.
Okay, there we go. They're working hard.
And I mean,
March of 2010.
Yeah. I mean, look at the detail on these models. Alkaline.
Yep.
1.5
So folks, if you
volt.
find this battery, it's no good anymore.
And it may leak soon.
Yes.
This is just going to be so great because James is obviously going to be playing a few, and we're just going to keep switching off.
And this is one game I have honestly never played. I've never played this one. I mentioned earlier, I played the first one, but this will be a brand new experience for me with the second one. So you'll see two completely, probably different styles of gameplay. As to where I'm a bit more reckless.
Yeah, not to boast, but I can practically get through the game without losing a single Pikmin. I don't know how many you're gonna lose.
I'm gonna lose a lot,
I'm gonna
probably.
guess maybe 80.
I'm gonna say more, if I had to guess. Well, what we can try and do is keep a tally going. So at the end, we'll see who was right. But we'll figure that out after.
I think you'll do alright.
Yeah.
And the ship will name all the treasures we get. And he'll assess a value to it. The courage reactor. And you can like use the control stick to look all around and like look at it if you want.
No, it is some amazing detail.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta remember, this is 2004 on the GameCube.
Yeah.
And like, to have 100 little Pikmin running around and all the leaves and everything, I mean, it's just amazing that they could do this.
Yeah.
And there's just so much more to this game. I mean, you get an in-depth look at what kind of character Olimar is through his journal and everything. There's some hilarious stuff in there.
Oh boy.
He talks about his wife and kids and stuff.
We're hit products.
Yeah. They'll repurpose some of these treasures to try and sell back on Hokate. And there'll be, each treasure has like its own series, so there'll maybe be like 5 treasures to a series. Once you get all of the treasures in a series,
That's the day, right?
or you will unlock the ship's pitch for it, the sales pitch.
No, God. And here's the example of CGI for the game.
Oh, this is in game.
But shut up, Cory.
And if you left any Pikmin at night, you'd see them being eaten right about now.
And I like right at the spots they have for the ship for
Yep.
the onion to land right here. There, is that CGI now? Or is that still in game?
This is still in game.
Shut up, Cory.
And that's how a day in Pikmin will go. You'll get how many treasures you found. Again, there's no limit. I mean, if you want to spend the whole day propagating Pikmin, you can do that. And there's how many Pikmin we've got right there. You press the Z button, you can see how many we've lost to what. And we've lost 0 today.
And if you look to the left of the screen, there is constellations.
Yep.
Constellations, I should say.
And once you get a little farther in the game, about like 7 days, the president will start to like rush you, but don't feel rushed at all. There's absolutely no time limit to this game whatsoever.
And folks, that is day 1, and we will be back. Stay tuned.
Yep.
I'll be playing next.
Oh man.